Hello all, welcome to day 38 of our Red Letter Challenge with Zach Zender. Now, we're into the week of going, and of course we've referenced before that going is about Matthew chapter 28, where we sit down in the Great Commission and recognize that Jesus is saying to his disciples, go and make disciples. And so here we sit, and we're now focusing on another aspect of that. Mark chapter 16 verse 15 is the focus verse. It says, go into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. But as you look in further at the devotional and the Bible reading, there's a passage here from Ezekiel. Ezekiel 37, 1 to 10, and it's the famous passage where where God talks to Ezekiel about the dry bones that are before him and making them come to life again. Now, that is an allegory for the kingdom of Israel in the time of Ezekiel. And the recognition was that they had long since been just battered and beaten, and they were no longer who they used to be. And he's saying to Ezekiel, can you believe that I will raise up Israel yet again, and that good things will continue to come from them? And in a similar way, as we live in America today, we have to recognize that many people around us have heard of Jesus. They just don't really take him on for their Lord or for their Savior. And part of that's not because they haven't heard of him, like some kind of indigenous group in some corner of the world that Christianity hasn't gotten to yet. No, it's more likely that it's because something in them has become jaded against it. That certainly would have been the case in part with Israel as well. And we can see that sometimes that happens in our own lives. We are around people and we recognize that they know about Jesus, but they don't see his power. The challenge for today is to think about 5 people in your life that you know do not have a relationship with Jesus. Now, some of you will be tempted to say, well, who can know a man's heart? No. Press into it. Think about it genuinely. People will tell you whether they have a relationship or not. And you can find 5 that don't have one. Now, granted, are you the judge of that? No. But get over that piece and recognize that there are people who show you through their actions whether or not they're following Jesus or they aren't. You can get there. Who are those 5 people? And consider what it would mean to pray for them and also to befriend them. Now, don't befriend somebody with the motive of just, we're going to get them closer to Jesus or we're going to save them. Befriend them because it's worth befriending them. But recognize your own power in that situation, that because you are who you are, you can also influence them. And hold tight to who you are in the midst of that. Because that's the challenge, isn't it, when we get around non-believers, is that we get concerned that somehow our holiness will get rubbed off. And I don't mean rubbed off like it'll rub off on them in a good sense. I'm talking about somehow we will become tarnished by that. It's not the case. Not if we hold to who we know we are in Jesus. So my encouragement to you is consider those 5 people. Remember who you are and whose you are. And then push into relationship with them. And by so doing, I pray that it blesses you.